Yo, yo, yo. First grade, are you ready for some reading? Okay. I thought since we took a couple of days off of our Little Miss Muffet poem, I thought we could wrap it up and do it one last time, and then we will move on to a different one, okay? Little Miss Muffet, read it with me. Little Miss Muffet sat on a tuffet, eating her curds and whey. Along came a spider who sat down beside her and frightened Miss Muffet away. And what do you think she sounded like? Ah! Poor little Miss Muffet. Okay, you are in luck because today is joke day. So here we go. You can't measure this. Wait, I already messed it up. Back it up. You can measure this, okay? You can measure this, but you can't weigh it. What is it? You can measure it. Does that mean like with a yardstick, or really you can measure this, but you can't weigh it? What could that be? Any guesses? Okay. So, the thing that you can measure but you cannot weigh is the temperature. What? Can you measure how hot it is? How many degrees it is outside? Totally. Use a thermometer, right? But can you weigh how hot it is outside? No. Go ahead, tell that joke. Tell that joke at the dinner table, okay? Okay, guys, you have 8 new words for this week. I know. Are you ready for them? You know what? Before we go on to those 8 new words though, I thought we should probably review the words from the last 2 weeks and see if you guys still remember those. Do you think you can remember all 16? I think I have 16 here of those words. I'll go through them pretty fast, okay? See if you can get every single one. Here we go. I know you can do it. Hi. Always. Different. Once. Toward. Bear. Even. Surprised. Studied. Above. Teacher. Pushed. Enough. Near. Stories. And your last one, happy. Good job, you guys. I think you guys nailed those. Excellent. Okay, so are you ready for 8 new ones? I know you are. Here we go. The first one, did you get that? Across. Across. I swam across the pool. Spell it with me. A-C-R-O-S-S. Read it. Across. Good job. Can you think of a sentence using the word across? Across. Wish I could hear your sentence. Okay, the next one. What's that word? You got it. Ball. I love this because if I covered up that B, what's that word inside of it? All. A-L-L. Good. Can you close your eyes and spell the word ball? B-A-L-L. Awesome. Ball. I know you can use that word in a sentence. What's a sentence that uses the word ball? How about Cooper bounced the ball off of his mom's head? Yeah, that happens sometimes. Okay, next one. Oh, this word makes me sad. Cried. I cried when Cooper bounced the ball off of my head. Just teasing. Cried. Spell the word cried with me. C-R-I-E-D. What's that word say? Cried. Can you think of a sentence using the word cried? Cried is definitely when you have cried in the past, okay? If I was doing this right now, I wouldn't say I cried. I was crying, that I-N-G sound. Cried, to spell the word cry would be C-R-Y, and it looks like they dropped the Y and added I-E-D. Cried. Okay, guys, 3 down, 5 to go. Here's our next one. This one can be a little bit tricky, because if I covered that, that would say hear, right? Heard. I heard you say that? No. This changes it to heard. Okay, so that's one of those whack words you just got to put in your head. Heard. I heard you say that. And that means you heard it in the past. You were hearing something, but it's already happened. Will you spell this word with me? You ready? And let's spell it in our robot voice. H-E-A-R-D. Now read it in your robot voice. Heard. My robot voice is not very good. Good job. Heard. Okay, guys, so let's go over those first 4. See if you got them so far. You bet. Across. Ball. Cried. And heard. I heard you read that. Awesome. Okay, 4 more. A synonym for the word big. You got it. Large. Ooh, large. That elephant was so large. Can you spell it with me? This time, let's spell it in a mouse voice. L-A-R-G-E. Okay, now read it in your best mouse voice. Large. The opposite of large, huh? A mouse. Good. Okay, next one. Now we have learned that E-A could say E, or it could also say eh. So let's try it. Heed. I don't know what a heed is. Head. You know what a head is, huh? Because you're using it right now, using your brain in your head. So this word says head. Spell it with me. And let's whisper spell it. Ready? H-E-A-D. And read it. Head. Good job. Oh my gosh, that goes back to my examples that I cried when Cooper hit me with the ball on my head. Yes. Woohoo, I'm making sentences using all of those today. Okay, next one could be our wacky word of the week, guys. I know the SH says what? Shh. Okay, you know what helps me with this word is it looks like a couple of other words that we have already learned. One of them starts with W-O-U-L-D. The other one starts with a C. This word says should. And it reminds me of the word would and also the word could. They're all spelled wacky like that, huh? You've got a couple of extra letters in there that you do not hear. So will you spell it with me in your singing voice? Let's sing and spell it. Ready? S-H-O-U-L-D. And read it. What's it say? Should. Good job. Yeah, that is definitely wacky. Some wacky letters put in there. Should. Last one. You guys, this is what you are getting ready for. The grade you are getting ready for. What's that say? Second. You are just a few days away from going into, well, from being in second grade. Even though that makes me sad, I'm really happy and proud of you guys. So, our last word is second. And that kind of is spelled like it sounds sec. The O is copycatting the U sound, huh? It's a schwa. Second. Second grade. Okay. Do you think that you are ready to do all 8 words? Oh my gosh. Do you think? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Uh-oh. How did I get an extra word in there, you guys? Somehow. Oh, there it is. Okay. Here we go. All 8 words. Let's see how you do. Heard. Across. Ball. Cried. Second. Large. Should. And head. Great job. How did you do? Okay. Do not worry if you did not get all 8 words, because those are going to be the words we're going to practice for the next 3 or 4 days. Okay, you will also get to practice them in your stories, so don't worry, you're going to get those down. Okay, we have not really a new sound today. It's a sound that we have worked on this year, but we are going to learn 3 new ways to make this sound. And I have a feeling that you guys kind of already know these ways, so I don't think that they're going to be super new to you, okay? So here is our sound, I. The long I sound, I. What are some ways that we have talked about this year to make the I sound? I always love to start with the easiest way, which is just I by itself, right? The long I by itself says I. The short I would say I. And then we learned about the bossiest letter of the alphabet, E. And we learned that I and a consonant and that bossy E is bossing that I to say its name I. Okay, so far we've talked about these 2 ways to make the I. Now, I also know that we have been introduced to these other ways, so I am going to show you one at a time here. I-E, which is kind of crazy because we also learned that it says E, like in the end of Ruthie's name. But did you know that I-E can also say I, and the first word that I think of when I want to give an example of that is pie. Pie. If I put a P in front of that, P-I-E, pie. So it's another one of those combinations that you just kind of have to try out. Does that say E or does it say I? What makes sense and what makes it a real word instead of a nonsense word? Okay, here's another way, and I know we've definitely talked about this way to make the I sound. I-G-H, like in the word light, or in one of our sight words from last week, hi. I-G-H makes that I sound. Kind of whack, for sure. And then our last way, just a Y. And oh my goodness, how many sounds does Y make? It's super busy. I mean, we first learned that Y says ye, right? Ye, like in yak and yam. But we also have learned that it makes the E sound, like at the end of Brody and Emmy. But what about the I sound? It also makes the I sound, you guys. And we are going to practice some words that have that at the end that where it makes the I sound. Okay, so 3 kind of new ways to make the I sound. Altogether, there's how many ways? 5 ways to make the I sound? Wow. You guys must be some smart cookies to get those down. Okay, so let's practice reading some words with our I sound. Here's one example of that Y when it makes the I sound. M-Y. What's M-Y say? My. Now remember, we also said sometimes it can make the E sound. Would that say me? No, you know that me is spelled M-E, right? So this is an example of that Y saying I, my. This is my example. And let's see, let's do another one with that Y making the I sound. What about that word? Fly. Good. Always give it your best. Try. So those are all 3 examples of that Y making the I sound. Will you read those with me one more time? My, fly, try. Good job, you guys. Okay, so Y was one of the ways. What was another way that we just talked about to make the I sound? I get to kind of cheat because I have it right here. Yes, I-G-H. I-G-H, the wackiest way to make the I sound. Hope you guys can see that. Okay, so let me give you a word that has that I-G-H-I sound in it. I'm going to start it with an S. Remember, this whole thing says I. And a T at the end. What's that word say? Sight. Good. I used my scope to sight in that elk. Sight. Sight with your eyes. Let's find another I-G-H word. Gonna start with a B and an R. You have a guess already? And then here's your I sound. And a T at the end. What's that word say? Bright. Good. I'm going to put one more word down really quick because we have learned this one already. But it also is a word that has our new sound. Light. That light was bright. Okay, will you read these 3 with me? Sight. Bright. And last one. Light. Good job. Okay, so we read 3 words that have the Y, I sound. We read 3 that have the I-G-H, I sound. What was that last way, you guys, to make our I that we talked about? Do you need some help? It's that one right there. I-E can also say I, and I told you guys that I like to use that word as an example. What's that say? Pie. Yes. And then sometimes when boys get dressed up, they might put on a tie. Good. Or hopefully you have learned to tie your shoes. If you haven't, that would be a great thing to practice during this time. And then let's do another IE. Ooh, I hope that you never do this. Lie. Yeah, it's not good to tell a lie. I wanted to give you another couple ones with the IEI because we learned about this last week or the week before that. I've lost all track, okay? But if I had this word, dry, and I wanted to change it to dries, remember that I have to drop the Y. There's my I sound, and add my S. And now that changes it to dries. Good. The dryer dries our clothes after we wash them. And then if I had this word, what's that word say? Try. And I wanted to change it to tries. What do I need to do? Drop the Y. Add I-E-S. There's my I sound. Okay, so now I would like for you to practice reading these 5 words with me. Pie, tie, lie, dries, and tries. Great job, first graders. Okay, let me see. You guys, you are reading a Frog and Toad story this week called The Kite. I love this story. I hope you guys enjoy it too. And then today's decodable book for you to read is Sally Jane and Beth Ann, a couple of bats. About a couple of bats. Interesting. So, oh, I so wish I could hear you read that to me. And so does Mrs. Kelly, I'm sure. So, keep working hard, you guys. We are so close to the end of the school year. You guys are getting so close and so ready to go into 2nd grade right now. So keep working hard, and I will see you guys back here tomorrow.